Hello and welcome to this edition of Charge Fast Break on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. I'm Scott Zarilla coming to you from the new home of the Charge, Cleveland Public Hall. Coming up on today's episode, the guys got in the Christmas spirit and they were wrapping some presents. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to make you a better ball handler with today's tips from the pros, and we're going to go one-on-one with the hottest player for the Charge, Jules Bernard. But as always, we like to start the show by telling you everything you need to know about the team on the court and take you around the NBA G League. And we're going to begin with a couple of roster updates. First of all, congratulations to Pete Nance on signing a two-way contract with the Philadelphia 76ers, becoming the first Charge call-up this season. It also was announced that forward Chandler Hutchison is no longer with the team for personal reasons, and in a corresponding roster move, the Charge have signed Jordan Nicholas, a 6'9 forward from Texas Southern, and Sean McNeil, a 6'4 guard from Ohio State. Now, as a team, Jules Bernard continues to lead the Charge in scoring at over 21 points per game, rebounds at over 8 per contest, with 6 double-doubles. Darius Brown is 5th in the G League, shooting 54% from 3 on 27 of 50, while Eli Hughes continues to be the top scorer off the bench with 15 points per game as a reserve. And with that, it's time to take you around the NBA G League. How about Cam Spencer of the Memphis Hustle? All he did was drop a 51-piece on Birmingham. But what was maybe even more impressive than that was his 18 of 24 shooting from the floor, including 12 of 15 threes, the 12 threes being one off the single-game G League record. Maine's J.D. Davison scored a career-high 46 at College Park, while Brandon Williams poured in 45 points with 11 assists in a win over Rio Grande Valley and was named NBA G League Player of the Week. And not to be outdone, Westchester's Chuma Okeke recorded a triple-double of 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. And congratulations to Iowa forward Leonard Miller being named November's Player of the Month when he averaged 23 points and 13 rebounds per game. Now let's take a look at the NBA G League's top 10 plays of the week.
A star on that Kansas State Wildcat team that made the Elite Eight a few years ago. He can get going quickly. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely bone-crushing from Phil Wheeler.
My goodness.
It's a 10-point margin. Oliveri up for Koloko!
So can the Lakers big man Koloko, catching it with his left and putting it down. Folks, we're in for an exciting close of this game.
And another deflection. 4-on-3. Khalil Ware. Yes, sir.
14 points, Brandon Williams. Legends needed that in a bad way. And Dante over the top of the 7'5" Sharp. And immediately gets all the help from his team.
That is criminal right there. Bang!
So Smart will give it a go, and that should be a lot of fun.
Block party.
Oh! Are you serious?
Good job at, oh my goodness. See, watch him slow down. Slow down, and timed it perfectly. Block party, thank you.
Makes their next bucket, and then he can come back in.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I could see that being a strategy. As Whitmore absolutely hammers one home, going through 3 legends to do so.
Charge up by 12. Stolen away by Porter. 3-on-1 coming down the right side. Rammed it home on Nasir Little.
And Reggie Perry scores there. He was the leading scorer last game with 22 and 15 rebounds. Kennedy Chandler around his
and get it to go. Washington Jr. out of control, threw it up behind his head, and somehow it went in. Houdini, Ty Washington Jr. with a chance at a three-point play.
To the big fella, and you know what he's going to do with it. He's going to shake that rim.
Nogies gets the steal. Nogies through the legs. Buck Knight, the jelly, the reverse.
We need to take our first timeout of the show, but when we come back, we're going to go one-on-one with Jules Bernard. That's next on Charge Fast Break right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Yo, you can't say last one and not be the last one.
Bring it in.
You said last one. You should just say second to last one.
Bring it in.
Together. Nah, he ain't on that. Not today. He played 30 plus. Man, they can't run. Here you go. Flat. Flat Quante. Ball, take ball. Oh, right there. Oh. Outlet. Quante. I don't know who said that, bro. Whoever said that is tripping. Bro, could you grow a full beard like this thickness, but you should do that.
Welcome back to Charge Fast Break, and we're going to talk about something that Allen Iverson made very famous a long time ago. He talked about practice. All right, not a lot of guys like to practice, but Jules, are you a practice guy?
I love practice, to be honest. One, just to build chemistry, and I feel like practice is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be competitive and energetic, and you get to get a lot of shots up, work on your game. Crack some jokes here and there, so I love practice, man.
We're going to talk more about the fun part in a minute, but you're absolutely right, because my thinking is there are guys, this is in all sports, all players, that, a lot of guys don't like to practice because they think it's work, but I mean, this is the time you make yourself better, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, practice for me, ever since I was a kid, has always been something that's, been extremely important for me. Just in a sport where rhythm is so important. I try to take it as serious as possible, and you always hear like practice should be harder than the games. So, I definitely take practice serious, and I see it as an opportunity to, build rhythm and take that momentum into games.
A lot of that rhythm too, talking about games, is the fact that with the season being such a grind, games and buses and travels and everything, you don't have a lot of time to practice. Right. So when else can you make yourself not only better, but as a team to kind of work on things to make the team better?
Yeah, for sure. Practice, I mean, it's scarce, especially during the season. And so that's why it is important, especially the few times that we do and where we have time to go over things and clean some things up. It's extremely important for our focus to be there, but also to create an environment where it's enjoyable to be there. So, and then always after practice, we always have time to work on our games by ourselves with some of the coaches and stuff, pre-practice stuff too. So there's always practice, and normally when we have practice days, we also have opportunities to get our personal work in. So it's always time to get better.
But that's the thing, because you mentioned it earlier, practice, I mean, you're still playing basketball. Yeah. You're still hanging out with your buddies, so it should be fun. And I think maybe if more guys had that approach, they would maybe get more out of it. Would you agree?
For sure. I mean, I've always grown up loving this sport because it was fun to play. And I try to keep that mindset. Just playing basketball, it's a game. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that passion and that sort of spark of fun that you have as a little kid, and if you don't have that in this game, it's tough to make it. Sure. And it's tough to sustain your career. So for me, I try to keep that. Actually, I don't try. To me, I love this game. It's always been fun for me and enjoyable, and for other guys, just try to keep that spark going.
Now, one of the old sayings is practice makes perfect. Now, that's not 100% correct, but, you know, it's to have the guys to come out and to take the time and do the best that you can do is really the sole focus of practice. And if you're not going to take that approach to it, you're not going to get the most out of it, are you?
Yeah, nah, not at all. I think a big thing about basketball is habits, and this is where you build habits. You know, this is where you make your mistakes, and this is where you take care of those mistakes and surpass them and build habits to the point where you don't make those mistakes anymore. So this it's definitely a space for growth, and for us specifically the Charge, I think it's very important for us. You know, we have a lot of continuity. We have, you know, guys coming down and then going back up. So just these few days that we do get to practice, and, you know, luckily we were able to have, you know, Craig here, Luke here, just to build that continuity and chemistry between everybody on the team is extremely important for us.
So I'm lucky. I get to come to practice anytime I want. I get to come to shoot-arounds. But for our fans watching that don't get to, what does a typical practice consist of?
All right, so the typical practice. Pre-practice, you got to get your treatment with T, one of the best trainers. Get your treatment, get a lift in with Raf, and that's all pre-practice, just so you can get your body primed for you know, movement and stuff. And then practice, normally you got a warm-up shooting drill. We call it 4:15. It's a up and down shooting drill, and we got to, in 4 minutes and 15 seconds, we got to get a target goal of 110. Shots, and then after that, normally we do some defensive breakdown, offensive breakdown, normally predicated based on you know, the team that we're about to play. So we'll do that, get a few stations in, and then apply those stations into live scrimmage play and stuff like that. And that's really the fun part that all the players love, is, you know, getting up and down and actually scrimmaging. So.
How was practice today? Because it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It was a little shorter. You know, obviously we have a game today, but we did actually get some run-in and some competition, and, you know, get Craig and Luke up to speed on some of the things we've been working on the last few days, last few games. So it was definitely good and very needed.
Well, Jules, you're having a fantastic season, so I think it's safe to say that practice is paying dividends for you this year thus far.
For sure. Hey, man, I love practice, and you know, I try to come in every day with a positive mindset and just enjoy being here, enjoy being around my teammates and coaches. So. Well,
the practice is working for you, and Allen Iverson, you got to take it from this guy. Practice does make perfect. Jules, thank you for the time as always, my friend. Keep up the good work. All right, that's Jules Bernard. We need to take a timeout here on Charge Fast Break. When we come back, we're going to make you a better ball handler with tips from the pros. That's coming up next on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Welcome back to Charge Fast Break. I'm Scott Zarella. Time for another edition of Tips from the Pros. Today we're going to teach you how to be a better ball handler. And to help us with that, Charge assistant coach Deron Perkins. Deron, thanks for joining me, pal.
Thanks for having me.
I see you doing the drills all the time. Now, everybody wants to shoot and score, of course, but can't you make a case that ball handling is just as important as shooting?
I mean, it's very important. Ball handling is one of the most important things in basketball. Being able to take care of the ball. I mean, you got to get the ball from this angle, this end of the court, to that end. And best way to do is pass, but defense there, you're going to have to dribble a little bit. So.
Got a ball handle.
Yep.
Now, not even just for guards, because the way the game has evolved, big men, we see them dribbling all the time. We watch Evan Mobley going end to end, slamming over people. Right. Big men, I mean, so the importance of ball handling can't be overlooked, can it?
You can see, I mean, some of the best big men in the game right now, all of them have ball handling skills. You see Jokic, Giannis, Evan, of course, you know, that skills put them over the rest of the bigs that don't have the ball handling. So, you know, ball handling is very important. It just adds an extra aspect to your game where you want to be a three-tool player.
You know, Perkin, when I was young and I was learning, I remember the coaches telling me, you can't look at the ball. If you're looking at the ball, too many other things are going on. So you almost want to make your ball handling kind of second nature, don't you? So you don't have to think about it.
Oh, yeah. So my thing is you want to have this ball on the string. It's just part of your body. Just like a yo-yo, if it goes, it's got to come back to you. Right. And you got to be able to look at the crowd and do everything, talk and have interviews and dribble. You know, it's part of your body, just like walking. So.
Well, to help us, we're going to get Darius Brown to come on over. Darius, come on over. Darius, thank you, sir. All right. we're going to have you do a little drill work here with Coach Perkins. So, Perch, I'll let you do it. I always see you guys on the baseline.
We'll start here on the baseline. We're going to start with 2 balls just to get your hands warmed up. So right now, we're going to start with 2 balls, just medium length. He's always going to be in player position, and we're just going to pound. Same time, 10 pounds in a row. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we alternate. Same thing, we're gonna go for 10 seconds. Same thing, you see how Darius's eyes are up. They're not down, they're not looking, you can look around, but they're not looking down at the ground. Last one we're gonna do is down low, same time, really low. Now we wanna activate our quads, activate everything, and then this is all our wrists, okay? You see Darius is looking here, he's looking there, he's not looking down. And now, same thing, Darius, just alternate that low one. And now we start moving. We start coming forward a little bit. Now you can come up to medium with the same thing. Yep. Same time, pound. All the same time, he's looking up, okay? We'll stop, take a break.
And Perk, on top of that, both hands.
Both hands.
You know, I'm right-handed.
Good thing.
You got to make sure that everybody knows that having Darius, right, you got to have that off hand be just as good as your dominant hand.
Yeah, especially as a point guard. Yep, as a point guard, you want to be able to have both hands. You got to be able to go both ways. It's a skill that not everybody has right now. You'll be surprised. So.
And the great guys that can get into the basket can create shots. It's because a lot of times they've got a better left or off hand than their strong hand.
Yep, because defense, they're going to try to force you to your weak hand. If you don't have a weak hand, they can't force you anywhere, right?
What winds up happening? The guys come over to kind of shade you to one.
Shade you to the left.
Right.
Put you in your weak hand, and that's going to be hard for you. So we're working on both.
What else can we have? Got anything else you got?
Last thing we got, put that ball away, Darius. Last thing we do is just stand in one spot, and we're just going to walk towards me. You just pound, cross, between, behind, and you're just walking towards me. And all that does is get you coordinated to go, and now we start getting low, and now I'm here with it, and we guard them like that, and we stay tight, and now we're good. So that's what we start getting warm with our handles, start chopping. We want to be able to handle the ball under pressure, staying in a box, almost like a telephone booth.
And everything you said off the top, Darius did perfectly. Head was up.
I know, he knows
both hands.
Yeah.
He does. Well, I
haven't had to tell him a lot, but this is a good point guard. He knows all the fundamentals.
And Coach, you have the bigs do this as well, right? I've seen you do it with everybody. Yeah.
Of course. So I mean, for me, the game has changed. Everybody's able to play inside, outside. A lot of bigs are playing outside, so they got to be able to handle the rock, be able to make plays for guards now.
All right, Coach, before we let you run, just the basic, how would you recap becoming a good ball handler? What would you say to the young viewers at home? Make sure you do these types of things.
Easiest thing is get a ball, dribble it every day. Every day. When you go to sleep, you can dribble that thing. Your mom and dad might get mad at you for dribbling the ball in the house. It's okay. It'll pay off later.
Head up?
Head up all the time.
Both
Eyes
hands?
up. Both hands.
Yep.
Be comfortable. The ball is part of your body.
And I like the way also you were some easy dribbles, some strong dribbles. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Yep. The pace of your dribble. There's a lot of things that go into handling the ball. You know, some guys are just very fast. You see a lot of Luka. Luka has one of the best handles in the game, and he's not fast. He's never going really fast. It's the pace, slow, then quick. So it's a lot of handles, but it's all from the handling.
All right, Perk, you're the guy. Like I said, you're the guy to come to for ball handling. I see you doing it all the time.
Man,
appreciate it. All right, we need to take a timeout. This is Charge Fast Break. More coming up next on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Wrapping up this edition of Charge Fast Break. See what I did there with the holidays? Hey, the guys, after a recent practice, sat down and they wrapped some Christmas presents. And if you're anything like me, you're not very good at it. But let's see how well the guys did. We'll judge after.
That's how you do it, right? You start as an amateur, leave as a pro, right? It's like riding a bike.
Wrapping gifts for a toy and coat drive in Cleveland Heights, December 15th. It's gonna be special. It's the holidays, you gotta get back. Gotta get back. That's it. The season of giving. Gotta rewrap it.
Okay, so like I told you, I'm not a very good rapper, but the guys, they didn't do half bad, all things considered. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Charge Fast Break. Happy holidays to all of you. Don't forget, lots of Charge games here at the new home of the Charge, Cleveland Public Hall. Come on down and give us a try. Until next time, I'm Scott Zarilla, and you're watching the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.